Hello everyone, my name is Mizrim, and I'm going to be doing a short series of video about the differences between League of Legends and Dota. This is for just basically anyone from the League of Legends player who is trying to start Dota 2 or for just someone who is curious about the differences. So I'm going to start with it. Basically, first you can see that I have a level here. It's kind of like the summoner level, but you do not gain anything from leveling up except one cosmetic item. And just showing that you're level 2, that means that you played many games. You do not have anything like IP in Dota 2. You only have a shop with like real money, but you have a chance to unlock any items by just playing. There's like a small drop rate, and if you're lucky you can drop items like I did like here. Something else here is that basically it's pretty much similar. You have like matchmaking, but you can choose the region. You are not stuck in like United States or Europe West or Europe East. If you want to play with your friends, you can. You can choose your mode here, like you can in League of Legends, and you can have co-op bot match and regular match. So I'm going to start by creating a private game with bots, so I don't bother anyone by playing while talking to you guys, because it's going to be somewhat hard otherwise. Quickly, who am I? I'm someone who played Dota for somewhat like 8 years. I played a little bit of competitive gaming, but that's nothing very great to it. I then both played League of Legends and Heroes of New Earth before coming to Dota 2. I like all 4 games, so please do not go into a rant about how one game sucks or anything. I enjoyed all 4. I just think they're different, that's all. Okay, so I get into the all pick screen, and as you can see, it's somewhat like blind pick, but you can see what the other are picking. That means that if you're waiting before picking, you can see what the other have picked. So some people just like to wait until the end to see if there's nothing that counter their heroes too much or anything. So you can see here they already chose 3. My ally only chose 1. You can pick contrary to League of Legends, you cannot pick a hero if he's on the other side. You cannot have like mirror heroes here. So if I want to pick like Zeus, and Zeus already picked here, he'll be grayed out. And yeah, it's pretty much a hassle here. So you might be wondering, about this interface. It's pretty clunky, and I can't really find my hero, or I don't know any heroes. So it's pretty much very bad. It's only by name. You can have a grid view here down on the side, and you see that here it's all presented much neatlier. Okay, you can also see that the timer is up to 0, and yet I'm not kicked from the game. And what happens is basically in League of Legends you pick before the game starts. Here you first start the game and then you start picking. Thing is, if you actually get to 0 without picking, the game starts and continues. You just do not have a hero, you're not playing. You can still choose a hero here. For example, I'm gonna choose like a random hero there, but I can also random a hero. When you random a hero, you gain 250 gold, and for example here I random Anti-Mage. If you do not like the hero you took, or if someone took a counter hero just after you picked yours, you can repick your hero. You can only do this once per game, and the problem is you actually lose 250 gold when you do this. Or more, if I remember. Yeah, you lose more. So you cannot just like random and just like repick and just pick someone else and nothing happened. So let's pick this one. Okay, so for the basics, when you see the interface, it's pretty much similar to League of Legends. Nothing too new here. You have your little minimap, as everyone knows. You have your level, your health, your mana, and your attack damage, your, everything. Something is that you may not see is that, for example, it shows 47 damage. It's the average, because in League of Legends, when it says 47, it's 47. And it's only reduced by armor, or, stuff like this. But here, if you, when I hover above it, you can see on this little text box that the attack damage is from 46 to 48. It's not a big deal for example, this one, but some heroes have very, very large, like a large difference between the minimum damage and maximum damage. This comes from Dota 1, actually. You can also see you have physical damage resistance, you have magical damage resistance, but it's not shown there. You only show it by, you know, going over the little box. This is because magical damage resistance is not as present as in League of Legends. You do not have items that give you like +4, like, you know, +4 magic shield or anything, magic resistance. But instead, you have something like, you know, like specific items for this one. This one is like plus 30% spell resistance. Those items do not stack. Like armor items stack, like in League of Legends, but, you know, magic armor do not stack. Not like in League of Legends.
Quick as venom.
It stacks between like skills and items, but that's all. You cannot like buy 3 of this item and, you know, have insane spell resistance.
A touch of venom.
So you do not have any summoner spells, as you can see, and you do not have a blue pill. So that means if you press B, nothing happened. Yeah, actually it brings up the shop, that's all. And how you do this basically is you have town portal instead, and you can buy as much as you want. It just costs gold.
With Vim
and you can teleport to any friendly structure. So that means you have basically a teleport skill, and it's transformed into an item instead. So let's teleport top.
Missing middle.
And you can see here tower creeps. This is pretty much similar too. Something different, of course, is you've probably heard about it. It's the deny function. So what does deny do? And basically deny makes it so enemies are unable to kill the creep because you actually killed it yourself. And it also reduced the amount of XP they get. I think they reduce it by 50% if they're range, and they reduce by 30% if they're melee, because melee heroes have a harder time on lane.
As you say.
The tower also works differently. The towers don't work as cleanly as they do in League of Legends. Sometimes they won't attack the enemy hero because there are some tricks to it, and sometimes they just randomly attack you for no reason. Okay, so I'll try to deny this trick. So you see, here for example, I denied it. There was a little exclamation mark on it, and that makes that you can also, by doing this, not only lessen the gold and the XP income from the enemies, but also control your lane. If you deny your creeps very well, you can stay back on your lane and not push to their side. Okay, so here I level up. So you can see that we also have 3 skills, 1 ultimate. We have no passive ability here. It's like no innate passive. And we also have something called attributes there. What this means is basically in Dota you can go up to level 25, like, you know, in League of Legends only to 18, but you can only have 4 level of skill and 3 level ultimate. That means that there are actually 10 level where you do not have skills. Those 10 levels you can level into attributes, and that basically gives you +2 to every attribute that I will explain just like right now after this one. So attributes, what are they? In League of Legends you do not have attributes. You have attack, AP, and you have, like, you know, a bunch of stuff like armor and magic armor. Here you have strength that adds health, you know, the maximum health, and a small amount of regen. You have agility that adds armor and also attack speed, and you have intelligence that adds mana, mana pool, total mana, and mana regeneration. My hero has the primary attribute agility. That means that every agility point also increases his damage by 1. If he was a strength hero, it would be strength that increase his damage. Usually, you have, you know, you does not have any sort of tendencies. Like strength hero are usually beefier. They're usually used to not tank, because they're not like a tank function in Dota 2. It's like you do not have a tank, but you have tanky heroes. So strength heroes are usually tanky heroes. They can do, like, you know, all around stuff. Agility heroes are usually squishier, and they are usually those who will carry the game. And intelligence heroes are those who usually have huge nukes and disables and everything. You do not have anything like AP carries in Dota, because there's no AP. My skills only deal damage as it's shown in the skill level. They will not be improved by any items. except if, for example, you reduce their magic armor or anything, but you do not have like a scaling ratio. That means that usually skills are way more potent than in League of Legends, especially in early levels, because it will deal base damage that are pretty high. And in Dota, compared to League of Legends, you will have a very, very, very long CC, and like you know, League of Legends, basically, you already rage when Malzahar actually fire his ultimate on you, and it stucks you for example, I forgot, 2 seconds, and it always just seems like an eternity. There's a similar hero in in Dota that actually disables you for 5 seconds, while also draining your mana and dealing the insane damage to you. Some other heroes can also disable you up to 4.75 seconds, without even this being their ultimate. So it's very, very, very long. And it can be very annoying when you're not used to it. Okay.
Violet Van.
I do not think I talked about the gold, for example. So the gold you gain, like, you know, as usual, like killing creeps and kill heroes. But here you have two different kind of gold. You have the reliable gold and the unreliable gold. That means that the unreliable gold is the gold you gain by killing creeps and everything, like usual. And the reliable gold is the gold you gain by killing heroes or towers. You will lose money when you die. This is a big difference from League of Legends because you can actually shut down carries very hard by killing them all the time. They won't be able to save for very big items because they will lose this gold. And very big items usually cost, like, you know, a very big amount of gold in one shot. That means that they have to stay alive for a long moment.
Impaled.
When you die, it's only unreliable gold that's taken away. The reliable gold is never taken away except if you're buying an item and you do not have enough unreliable gold, it will take into your reliable gold. There's something else also that basically you will lose more gold when you have more levels. It's like the death timer in League of Legends 2. It's the same in Dota 2. It means that if you're higher level, you will take more time to respawn and you will also lose more gold. But there's also something that you may have noticed when I, hovered above my gold. It's saying buyback ready 227. In Dota, if you die, you can buy back. That means that you instantly respawn with full health, full mana.
With Vim.
And it costs gold to do this. And there's a timer. I think you have like a 5 minutes cooldown on this. This allows you to plan for team fight and everything. So, for example, in the very late game, if you have enough gold, instead of buying an item, you just have to stay there and keep enough gold to buy back in case there's something going very wrong. And it can actually turn game around. Okay, so I think this is going to be it for the little basics. I'm going to follow it about, I think, a video about the jungle and how it's different from League of Legends.
Regeneration.
And if you want me to talk about something in specific, please ask me. I think I missed a whole lot of stuff because I'm just rambling about. And so yeah, if you have specific questions, please ask. I'll be happy to make a video or add it into another video to answer your question. Alright, so this will be it, and thank you for watching. Do not hesitate to comment.